Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss Tia.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Miss T.
Can't wait for you to meet Miss T. She is the T in T.
Okay, number 26. Number 26. Remember what you signed up for. You can get so far into things, you can build something phenomenal, and then, and this is only if you're like me, you can start to complain about the weight of your success. This is a lot. Yeah, baby, but that's what you said you wanted. So the eventuality is if you press in, do your thing, keep being creative, stay agile, be smart, trust the right people, grow and evolve, take the right breaks, vacation and love yourself and stay happy, but stay in it. The eventuality is this. All of those little dots are going to collide and you're going to create an explosion called success. With success it creates more responsibility. It creates more opportunity, which means it'll demand more of your time and more of your life. So one thing that I say to T every day when I'm going to bed at 2:00 and getting up at 5:00 so I can do these podcasts. Y'all better like these podcasts because people be out here sacrificing so I can share all this stuff with you. And it's like kind of lightweight rude that y'all don't be leaving no comments, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to say, listen, you better like this stuff because somebody gets up real early to make sure you have all this stuff and they only got 3 hours of sleep. But who's complaining? Okay, the point is, you got to remember that you said, I want this. Nobody told me that in the beginning. Be careful what you ask for, T, because you just might get it. You just might get it. And so I got what I asked for and then some. Like, I didn't see all of this. I just simply wanted to help a whole lot of people. And I do that. So when I get to a place where the demand is great, and that's a daily experience, I have to remember I signed up for this. So I don't get to complain. Complaining means remaining. You get stuck in a time, a place, or an idea, and you will not grow forward, and your company will not evolve because you're complaining. No. You just say, I signed up for this. So number 26 is remember what you are signing up for because you just might get it, babe. All right, number 27. Okay. Have you ever heard your mom or someone you love say, watch your mouth? That's how my mom used it. That's how my mom said, hey, watch your mouth. And normally she would say something like that when I'm letting something or I'm about to let something come out of my mouth that's going to be detrimental to what I'm doing or who I'm becoming. With your company, the moment you start saying, not thinking, saying, this ain't gonna work. This is gonna fail. This is too hard. You will have exactly what you say. Exactly what you say. You being the idea person, the igniter of everything that you're building, your words are more important than anybody else's words on this entire planet about your company. So if you're not saying things, wow, we're healthy and growing, we're a success. People say, hey, T, how you doing? I'm freaking winning. I'm winning. And you know how I'm winning? By any means necessary. You got to be mindful about what you say, about what your company is, what it's going to become, your staff, your team. It's so critically important. Why? Because what you believe is what other people believe about your business. And how do people know what you believe about your business? What's coming out of your mouth, baby? So what somebody didn't tell me, and I made this mistake in talking about how hard things were, this is early on, and how difficult people were, and how terrible things were, and how I didn't see the success of whatever. I made the mistake of doing that with the in front of, not even to, in front of the wrong person, and it cost me a funding opportunity because they said, well, if she doesn't believe in her company, why would we throw money into it? So my advice, should you choose to accept it, is watch what you say. Oh, so no. I'll say how my mom said, watch your mouth. What you think is what you believe. What you believe will come right out of your mouth. And if you are speaking success, that means something's wrong with your thinking, something's wrong with your believing, and that's a problem. Take a vacation and get your head right and remember what you signed up for. And get back in there and do good business and talk about the good business that you're doing. Because your words alone determine the success or the failure of your baby. So, number 27, watch your mouth. 28. 28. Can you believe we almost did 30 of these things? You guys got me out here working hard for you. 28 is be honest. Yo, that's a real situation, especially when you don't want people to know the struggle. So if I would have got that in the beginning of things, it would have gave me a kind of permission. Like I always felt like I had something to prove. Like get into business. Like I'm not like a business person. I don't have a business degree. I'm not studying a business model, and I didn't come from a business background. I'm just like a hustler, trying to survive. I came from that background. So I was constantly thinking I had to prove something. And because I had to prove something, I couldn't be honest about how difficult and how much I was struggling. Or I couldn't be honest about the successes because sometimes I don't share all my things because then I'm still a little shy. People gonna look at me, like, ooh, T. I'm like, they're looking at me. So sometimes I don't share things or I don't practice full disclosure or be super honest just because of what the potential outcome is. So I want you to consider something from day one, article one, step one, subsection A, and subsection lower subsection I, like really, really, really determined to just be honest. Just be honest. That product didn't work. And so we're going back to the drawing board to figure out a better product so that we can serve really, really well. Honesty. Or, that team member didn't have the capacity to function in this role. And so we're going to make it two roles and give this person this set of responsibilities and this person this set of responsibilities. Be honest. I gauged it wrong. I literally gauged the trajectory of this wrong and we fell short. But here's what I'm doing as a result of falling short. Be honest. Or you know what? We really don't like that kind of experience. And it doesn't align with our cultural branding. And we want to stay true to who we are and who we serve. So we're not going to do that. And I know that's really hard. And what you're offering is a lot. And I appreciate your gift. But my answer is no. Be honest. Be honest. That thing will take you such a long way. And in doing that, you'll draw the right people. Now I know you might be saying, yeah, T, that's a given. Why would why are you telling me to be honest? I'm an honest person. No, I'm telling you to be honest because sometimes in business, you'll find yourself in a position that may cause you to practice compromise or practice a level of character and integrity that's deficit of who you really, really are. So I'm telling you this because sometimes pressure will make you do some stuff. Pressure will make you lie. Like Adam and Eve. Come on. They ate the apple. So I'm just saying, be honest. Just make a decision right now and say, in this business, I'm going to be honest. And then as you're being honest, especially when you're being honest about what doesn't go well, be honest with a potential solution to be better. Most people are just honest, and we see that all over social media. They're trauma dumping on everybody. But what they're not sharing with their honesty is what are you going to do to make it better? So be honest with potential solution to grow. So as you're practicing this next step and you're learning and you're getting into it and you're like, yo, I'm committed. I'm going to be honest. Make sure you attach to that like a good pair of earrings. Be honest with the intent to grow through solution. I hope that helps you. I know, for some it goes without saying, but I think that, in this situation and for this set of things, I think it's it's a value for me to share number 28 with you. Just be honest with the intent to grow. Got that? Get that. Okay, number 29 is okay, don't get mad at me. I got to prep that when I'm about to say something that I know is going to make you mad at me, right? So number 29 is you got to have boundaries. Be intentional about your boundary system. There are people that will come into your life. There are people that will come into your business. And some people are there just for a reason. One reason brought them to you. And the reason is to help you do this part of your accounting. There are people that come into your company for a season. We have a lot of people that work with us for a season. They're here when the kids are in school. And then we have people that only come to us when the kids are out of school. Season. Then there are people that come into your business that are there to, be your Ron to your Walt. Those are Disney. That's I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Walt Disney. SW, but they're assigned to complement you, the visionary. You want to know the difference and then build the system that properly places these people in your organism. Because if you have someone that's only here for a reason and they're in the position of a lifetime, they're going to get in here, overwhelm you, wreck shop, not do the right thing. They only have one singular focus, but you've given them more responsibility and more access than they deserve. It's going to mess your stuff up. So I wish somebody would have told me, because to me, because of how I am with people, I want everybody to be in my universe for a lifetime. Let's build this big, beautiful constellation of shining stars, and I love it and love everybody, and let's do it. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. And if I would have had that information a long time ago when I first started all this stuff, it would have saved me a lot of headache, and it would have saved me a lot of heartache. Because you could just fall in love with people, or I can. I just fall in love with people because I want to help people, and that's just my thing. So having a proper boundary system will not only keep the right people in the right spots for the right amount of time, but it'll also be a protective mechanism for you, the visionary who wants the good help, wants to do the wonderful thing, wants to build the bright, beautiful, shiny button of a company. It'll protect you. And if you're starting all of this stuff, you have to have some part of your heart that's like a give, like you want to give. You're a giver. You want to give back. Because anybody that starts a business, especially if you're gifted with a quality idea or project or invention, it's your way of giving back to the planet, the world, society. So you have to have some sort of give about you. Otherwise, most people don't start companies that don't have that. And so my point in offering that is, if you don't maintain the right system to protect you, the giver, sometimes you can get somebody in there that's just for a reason or a season, and they will suck you dry, baby. Been there, done that about 18,000 times. So what's my point? What's my point number 29? You better go into this thing with a boundary system and the keen ability to know who's supposed to fit where, and that you don't have anybody in the wrong spot in your boundary system, so that your company grows, people grow, and you're protected. Number 30. You're getting into this thing, just know this. This one nobody told me, because you can get into this business stuff and think, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to make a lot of money. No, if you're going into business, you know what that makes you? You're a public servant. Hey, I was young. Nobody told me this stuff. I'm thinking like, wait a second, I got to be accountable to people? Yeah, you do. When you're postured in a leadership position, especially as it pertains to e-commerce and how it serves the masses, you are officially knighted as a public servant. You are in service. You are a servant. You are intended to give something that helps people improve their lives, their finances, their lifestyle, society. If you've been given a solution to a problem, it is now your knighted responsibility to make things better for the world. You are a servant. And the moment you think it's the other way around, your business will not succeed and it will not have impact. Nobody taught me that getting into this. I thought I was just going to be able to feed my family. And today, just so you know, there's some hope. I feed my family and a whole lot of other families. But that's because I'm crystal clear about one thing. I'm a public servant. I am positioned, and this company is positioned to serve the globe. It is our job to show up with integrity and authenticity and passion in a way that is produced through programs and services that cause people to be better, have better, and do better. I am a servant. And if you are getting into business and you have a solution or a product or some innovation that's going to cause things to work better for people, you're a servant. So don't get it flipped. People do it all the time. Don't get it flipped around. This world is not in position to serve you. Now, you can hire people that help you, but once you get into business, you're here to serve, sweetheart. And I think that there's not a ton of people that can be trusted with that role and those responsibilities. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, wow, I'm going to get into business, I'm going to start my own business, or I started my own business, I want to scale my own business and I need these things, I want you to first realize something about yourself. There's something in the divine order that tapped you on the shoulder and said, I want you to do this because of how you are, how you're wired, and how special you are. It's not a ton of people that can show up in the world like this. But if you believe that this is your thing, you got picked. You got picked. You got picked. So make sure that you are always keen, always clear, and always aware. You are now strategically postured and positioned to serve. And as long as you remember that, the ideas will keep flowing, the resources will keep flowing, the passion will keep growing, and you will be able to leave an incredible, unerasable crease. You'll be able to leave an incredible and unerasable crease on the world through your service, through entrepreneurship and business. That makes you so incredibly special. So that's number 30. I didn't learn that before. I got that now. And now you got that now. So keep showing up in the world the right way. Do your thing. I'm excited for you. All right. That's 30. Holy cats. Enjoy, grow, be better, and let me know what's up. I need to know this stuff is working for you. All right. That's it. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon.